Okay, today we'll start with the actual syllabus. Okay, that is nothing but the application side of the your statistical in data analysis. We call it as a exploratory data analysis. Exploratory data analysis is nothing but understanding a data. Okay, before going jump into the building of models or machine learning or deep learning model, first we will try to understand the data, which is the dependent variable, which is the independent variable, then how these dependent variables are like easy, how they are distributed, center point, which is the center point, maximum value, minimum value, the standard deviation, variation in that data. All these things comes under the exploratory data analysis. Okay, exploratory data analysis. Okay, exploratory data analysis. Here, we have been taken an example of the bank journals. The first example I have been taken here, bank journals. The bank journal data is nothing but a you all both are worked in a bank on the banking sector. You may be knowing that some of the customers are leaving a bank or they are closing their bank accounts. Okay, we are trying to understand what would be the reason for closing a bank account. Is it because of their income stay based, or is it because of the credit, or is it because of their gender, or the age of the customer, based on a dependency? Like, what would be the made them to leave the bank? Like a relationship, like is it one who is not contacted, like relationship manager, is it going away from our bank? Okay, this will be very important for the bank, because why it will be very important? We know the source of fund, right? Source of fund for a bank will be having a major source of fund will be from the equity, bonds, and from the deposits. Okay, deposits. And 45 to 50% of the major banks like HDFC and 45 to 50% of their fund will be sourced from the deposits only. It may be current account, saving account, or fixed deposits. Okay, why they are so much concentrated here? Because you may be knowing that so many of them are asking for a current accounts and saving account. Why? Because these are the fund where they will have a source of their cost of sourcing will be very less. For example, current account they are not paying anything, 0% cost for them. For saving account, maximum they will pay 4 to 5% interest. So that will be a cost. For fixed deposit, 6 to 7%. So the maximum cost will be around 7% only, right? But they are lending at a rate of more than 11 to 12%, 11 to 12%, right? 11 to 12% they are giving to the others. So this difference will be called as the interest margin. Okay, this interest margin, if it is higher, the interest margin means bank will be in a profit. If lower the interest margin, then bank will be in a loss. Okay, for that reason, they will be highly concentrated towards this one, because equity may be costing them 12 to 13%. Okay, bonds may be costing them 10 to 11%. So here interest margin will be very less. Okay, interest margin will be very less. There will be lending rate depends like 11 to 16%, up to 16-17% also they will take. Okay, depends upon the credit worthiness of the customer. So the cost of sourcing for a bank will be very less for the these deposits, from the deposits. So if some customers are leaving, means their minimum balance, all these things are lost for them, right? Minimum balance, or if he keeps some average balance like 10 to 12 thousand per month in a saving bank account. Okay, then that will be a loss. Like cheapest source of fund will be, they will lose that cheapest source of fund by churning out. Like churning out means they are leaving or ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅದೇ ಈಗ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ. ಏನು ರೀಸನ್ ಇರಬಹುದು ಬಿಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡುವಂಥದ್ದೇ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಚರ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಡೇಟಾ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ here we are concentrating here not to build a model now we are trying to understand the statistics, like how to apply a statistics to understand this data. Okay, to understand the data, for example, I will take here uh, credit limit column. Okay, credit limit column, we already know this one. Credit limit column is a continuous data, right? Qualitative, continuous, nominal data. Correct? Nominal, continuous data. Okay, first I will check that how this is distributed, which this data is distributed. To check that one, data distribution, we'll select that column, we'll select that column, we'll go to insert, and we'll go to this one, histogram. Okay, go to histogram and plot the histogram. Okay, plot the histogram. Here we can we can able to understand from the plotting, we can understand that this is not normally distributed. Normally distributed means how it will be, you already know this curve, bell shaped curve. If it is distributed like this, it's called as a normal distribution. But here it is distributed a exponential. This is called as a exponential distribution. Okay, now this is called as a exponential distribution. Now the my idea here is to check that where exactly we are getting center of this data. Okay, center of the data, the minimum value of the data, the maximum value of the data, then how far they are, like the width of the data distribution. Okay, width of the data distribution, all these things we will be able to understand by using the statistics. Okay, by using a statistic like center, how far they are, like standard deviation, if you taken means how far they are, like first standard deviation with second standard deviation. Like this we will be able to understand the data properly by using the statistic, application of the statistics. Okay, so we are trying to understand that which type of data will be used, mean, which for which type of data we are using a median, for which type of data we are using a standard deviation, like a sorry, a mode. We will be discuss this one in next coming sessions. Now we will start that one. Before that, if you have any doubt related to the this particular, like how to understand the data and what is the importance, I have been explained that why it is so important to if you understand data properly, then we can like build a model properly, because here I came to know that it is not distributed normally, so it is exponentially distributed. So I will use a logarithmic based models to solve this problem. Okay, logarithmic based model to solve this problem. Like this we will be solving a problem by checking that like a distribution. Okay, we will discuss in detail about all type of distributions, the distributions, and where center located, where is the maximum minimum width of the data distribution, that is called as a range. Okay, and um, mean, median, mode is used to check the center point of the data. Okay, quartiles means where exactly first 25% of the data is there, 75% of the data is there. To check all these things we use a quartile center. Okay, we will discuss one by one, but first let me know that do you are you able to understand the importance of the this particular thing. ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸ್ಟಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಟಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ measures and center dispersion. Okay, center tendency means center point of the data. Okay, center dispersion means how they are distributed from the center. Okay, for example, if I take any data, okay, if it is distributed like this, okay, then where exactly center is located, that can be calculated by using the center tendency measures. Dispersion is nothing but how they are distributed from the center. Is it distributed equally both the side, or one side is it skewed, okay, or is it kurtosis? Kurtosis is nothing but is it flat distribution is there, or we may be having like this peak distribution, okay, like this distribution. All these things we will be able to understand by using the center dispersion statistic. Center tendency will give you the where exactly center is located for the data. Okay, so which are the center tendency measures we have? You may be gone through that. ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಡೇಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ? ಮೀನು, ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ and mode. Okay, mean, median and mode, these three are the center tendency measures. Okay, center tendency measures, mean, median and mode. What do you mean by mean? Mean is nothing but average. Okay, mean is nothing but a average. Like when we use a average, when we use a average for calculating a center point, when we use for the nominal continuous data. Nominal continuous data. Nominal data means you know that. Okay, like it is we are not giving any interval to select or order to select. Just himself he is given age or a credit score or how much he is spending. All these things himself he is written how much he is doing. ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅವನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅವನೇ ಬರ್ದಿರುವಂತ ಅಂಥದನ್ನ ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ we will not be having finite number of like values which is repeating again and again. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು 5-10 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸೇ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದಟ್ the nominal continuous data will be like a credit limit or a total revenue or average open or this one buy. Okay, these all are the nominal data. Okay, nominal continuous data. In case to understand this data center point, we use a mean of data. Okay, we will be calculating a mean of the data. Mean is nothing but a average. Okay, nothing but a average. How to calculate a average of the data? For example, this central credit limit average I would like to calculate. So equal to average, and we'll select that particular column. Okay, select that particular column and enter. So the average of the data is nothing but a 8631.954. that is nothing but a mean of the data. What would be the application of this mean of the data? ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ somewhere I don't have a data. Okay, for example, few of them not mentioned their credit limit. Okay, somewhere credit limit is missing. This missed credit limit can be filled by using this mean data. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, if you are filling also, it will not change your distribution. You can check this one. For example, I have a numbers like 21, 23. Okay, I'm not having one number here. 24, 34, 56. I'm not having one number here. Okay, like this we have some numbers. Okay, we have some numbers here, but two of them are missing. ಎರಡು ನಂಬರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಈ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಡೇಟಾನ ನಾನು ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. First we have to check, is it a continuous data or not? Yes, this is a continuous data. Okay, second thing, is it nominal data or ordinal data? It's a nominal data. Okay, nominal data and continuous. So I can use a mean for to calculate a center point. First ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು, mean ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. That is nothing but average ಅಲ್ವಾ. We'll calculate a average. So average is the 32. So what I will do, I will replace this blank with that average value. Same thing we done in analyzing that passion assignment problem. Age was missing. We filled that age with the average age, right? Because it was a continuous nominal data. Okay. By doing this, you can see if you calculate the average again, if you calculate the average again for this data, it will not be changing. It will be same. Same average ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Correct? Means we are not changing this dynamic of the data. Okay, data dynamics will not be changed by replacing these null values. Okay, by replacing these null values. Okay, for that reason we are going with the for the nominal. If any data is missing, ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಡೇಟಾ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದು ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ಡೇಟಾನ ಆರ್ಡಿನಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ರೇಷಿಯೋನ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಚೆಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆರ್ discrete ಅಂತ. If it is a continuous data, then we have to calculate a average or a mean of the data. We have to calculate and we have to replace that null values, means the blank cells with that mean value. Okay, this is a major application of the uh, mean in a data analytics. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಮೀನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿ, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್. If I have ordinal data, if I have ordinal data, means I need to use a median. Okay, na? If you have ordinal data, we have to use for a ordinal data, we have to use a median. Why? Why? How median is calculated, I will show you now. Okay. For example, I have a random numbers here, like I will say 23, 43, 12, 67, 87, 23, 45. Like this, I have some numbers. How many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers I have. What would be the average of this data? If you calculate the average of this data, if you calculate the average of this data, it's giving around 42.85. But I say this is the ordinal data. The order is very important in this particular column. Okay, ಈ ಕಾಲಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Okay, at that particular time, based on order, if you like to locate a center, then I will go with the median. Okay, if I use a median and select this data, okay, I'm getting a 43. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಇರಬಹುದು 43? When I arrange this data in an order, you can check. If I will copy paste here separately, and I will take an order. Just I will sort this one in ascending. Okay. Now you can see first 3. Okay. 1/2. Last 3 will be second half. Okay. Center is nothing but 43, right? Center 43 alwa. For example, if I change data to like instead of 67, I make it as a 13. Automatically your median change. Why it is change? If I arrange this data in a order, okay, if I arrange this data in a order, you can see this is the first 3 data, this is the last 3 data, the center one is a 23. When the order is important in any column, okay, order is important. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಡಿನಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಇದ್ದಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಮೀನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಎವರೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಅ ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡೇಟಾ. Okay, median is nothing but just we have to type median and we have to select a data. Automatically it will sort and it will give the center point. ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಸೆಂಟರನ್ನು ಕೊಡತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಯಾವುದು
ಆರ್ಡಿನಲ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಂದಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಏನಕ್ಕಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ.
ಈಗ ಆರ್ಡಿನಲ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಇದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿನಗೆ ಇದು ಮಂತ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ ಮಂತ್ ನನಗೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಯಾವ ಮಂತಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ ಬಂದವನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ ತಗೊಂಡವನ, ಅಥವಾ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ ತಗೊಂಡವನ, ಅಥವಾ 6th ಮಂತಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ ತಗೊಂಡವನ, ನನಗೆ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಮಂತ ಆ ಥರ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಈ ಥರ ಡೇಟಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಅ ಮೀಡಿಯನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎವರೇಜ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಬೇರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ತಗೊಳತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಬಿಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಲೋನು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹೈ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆ ತರ ಇದ್ದಾವ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಿನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಡೇಟಾನ ತಗೊಂತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀನು. ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Repeated 32 also repeated 2 times here. Okay, to check the multiple modes, what we have to do, we have to select some how much. You may be think that 3 modes I have. Okay, 3 mode in a data. Okay, I suspect that 3 modes are there. 3 mode ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನೇನೋ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Then I will say equal to mode. Here we have mode multi formula. This is available only in a new version. Okay, in old version I think mode multi and mode single is not available. I think you have only mode option, that is calculating only single mode. Okay, if you have this one mode multi, select that mode multi, then select the data. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಡೇಟಾನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಒಳಗಡೆ, ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ದಿ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್. If you directly enter, you will get only one mode. For when you have multiple things are selected, then use a control enter. Use a control enter. Okay, or control shift enter. Control shift enter. Now it is showing that okay, 2 mode we have. One is a 23, second one is a 32. If you have a 3 different number have been given. Okay, 3 different number have been given. Here only 2 modes are we have, that is nothing but 32 also repeated 2 times, 23 also repeated 2 times. If you use a mode single, only the first one you will get. Okay, only the lowest one you will get. ಮೋಡ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಲೋವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇರತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಮೋಡ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಮೋಡ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ. ನಾವೆಷ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟರೊಳಗಡೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಮೋಡ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಮೋಡ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ. And mode single ಅಂತನೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ. Maybe you will be having directly formula called as a mode. Just check in your
ಇದು 2 times ಬಂತಲ್ಲ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ?
ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲ
ಹಾ,
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 3 ಅನ್ನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 1 ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೀಗೆ 4 5 ಅನ್ನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಲ್ವಾ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೋಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಡೇಟಾ ಇದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೋಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಆವಾಗ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಬ್ಲೈಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ 4-5 ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೋಡ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ದೆನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅ ಡೇಟಾ. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ದಿ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ 1 ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಯೂಸ್ ಅ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಯೂಸ್ ಅ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್, rest you will get an error, and only which are the mode you have you will get it here. ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್. ಎರರ್ ಬದಲು ಅದನ್ನೇ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ರೇಂಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೇಂಜ್. Minimum, maximum and range. Okay, you already know that a minimum formula and maximum formula. Can I get the answer? Just check the answer for the minimum and maximum in a um, this particular column, credit limit column. In credit limit column, minimum and maximum in a credit limit column. Then I will explain about a range. ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ. Minimum is nothing but we are just using a min formula equal to min, and which column minimum you are selecting, select that column. In credit limit, some of the data I deleted, I may get a different answer. Probably it will be same, but if it is different, let me know. Then maximum, that is again we have to select a credit limit column. Enter. Okay. The range is nothing but a difference between a max and minimum. Okay. Range is nothing but a difference between a maximum and minimum. Okay. It shows that how your data is distributed. For example, this is a line I have. Sorry. We'll calculate one more thing here, that is nothing but a average of the data, so that we can use it all together. Okay, mean of the data, because it is a continuous this one nominal data, so we'll use a average to calculate a mean. Central. Okay, we know the average of the data, that is around 8,630. Minimum is around 1,400. Maximum is 34,000, and range we are getting around 33,000. In the sense, wide range we are getting, like near to the maximum value means that is widely distributed. Like width of the data is very high. If I draw it, how it will look? This will be line, baseline. Okay. I may be having the minimum value here. I will say 1400. Okay, 38. There's a minimum value. Then maximum value I am having here. That is nothing but around 33,077. Okay, these are the minimum and maximum we have. The mean value is near to the minimum, right? 33,000 ಕಿಂತ ಇದು near to the minimum ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ. So ಇದು minimum value. Okay, this is the maximum value. The center value is near to here. Okay, center value is near to here means what you can understand from this? If I plot, it may look like this, right? Okay, it may look like this. Means it is left side skewed. Left side skewed ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸೈಡ್ ಡ್ರ್ಯಾಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ದಿ ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಈ ಹೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್. Large number of data we have, but smaller quantity. It is repeating in a smaller quantity. On left hand side, we have a dense data, means only small quantity. ಕೆಲವು ಡೇಟಾ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸು ತುಂಬ ಸಲ ನಮಗೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂನೆಸ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಡೇಟಾ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಮೀನ್, ರೇಂಜ್, max and minimum. The range is nothing but the width of the data. Okay, it's too wide data alva. If you have a close minimum ಮತ್ತು maximum very close ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ರೇಂಜ್ ತುಂಬ ಸಣ್ಣದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ರೇಂಜ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೈಡ್ ಡೆನ್ಸ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಡ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಡೇಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡೇಟಾ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, here range is very high, so width of the data is too large. That is the one thing we understood from the range. The second thing, mean is very close to minimum value. Correct? Mean is very close to minimum values. That means that it is skewed to the left hand side. Left side is skew ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಾಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ಗೆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟೇಲ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So you observed same thing in your distribution, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಇದನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದವಾಗ ನಾವು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳಿತ್ತು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಹಿಸ್ಟೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳಿತ್ತು. ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಓಕೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎವರೇಜ್ ನಿಯರ್ ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೀಕ್ ಇರೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಎವರೇಜ್, ಓಕೆನಾ? ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೀಕ್ ಇರೋದು ಎವರೇಜ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಡ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿತ್ತು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟೇಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ ಆನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡೇಟಾ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಏನಾದರೂ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿ.